Hello everybody, Bill here,
Damien.
and we are going to help you decide which one of our Control Arm 2.0 will fit your project.
Well, Bill, why would somebody want to change the control arms on their car?
We have different ideas of what cars should drive like today in 2000 plus 20 or whatever year.
And we've got better tires than these cars came with 50 years ago.
And we just have higher standards now. We want things lighter, we want things to move quicker, we want things to adjust our geometry for what kind of driving we're doing. And we want new bushings, new ball joints, you know, all that stuff, which is what you get in
painted, ready to go. They're not rusted like the original ones.
Nope, bolted on and head to your alignment shop.
So what's somebody going to feel by making some changes to their car and changing the control arms? You know, how does that translate to driving feel?
The biggest thing, in my opinion, that you're going to feel is the geometry updates. We've designed more caster into all of these arms so that when you're driving down the road, your steering wheel returns to center faster. It keeps on track a little easier, and when you do start diving into corners and things like that, you've got more stability in your tires than you would if you had very little caster, which is what the factory arms were designed to do. They're designed to give you
that one finger turning on the steering wheel.
One finger turning was what it was all about back in 1964.
Low effort steering and then correct as you're going down the interstate to keep it going straight.
Yep. So we've got improved geometry so that you do get better caster. In some of the arms, which we'll get into, we've got a longer ball joint, which gives you a little bit better camber gain for better geometry there. But largely, what you're going to notice is if things can move easier, you're not going to feel it as much in the car.
It allows the suspension to be more effective, lets your shock and your spring be more effective.
And can react to the road surfaces faster.
Yep.
Here's our street arms. Street arms are typically for like the people that want to upgrade their old stuff. Maybe they just need to replace their old control arms, but they're not going to be pushing the car real hard.
They're not racing. They just want a good cruiser that drives more
good
modern.
Cruiser, drives nice, updates their driving experience like we talked about earlier. But it does still have some vibration isolation through these polyurethane bushings.
Yep, and they are greasable.
And then it's got our rebuildable ball joints. Now these are maintenance-free ball joints, so they don't take any periodic adjustment or anything like that, but they are easily rebuildable without presses or any big-time tools.
Right.
So they're a great upgrade for a lot of people, really. I mean, most people that are driving their cars at cruises and down to the sock hop or whatever, they'll do great with these arms.
And these are made from a high-strength, low-alloy steel, so high-quality steel. Good strong material. We've got a stamped steel spring pocket in them for strength. That stamping actually gives the arm a lot of strength for mounting a coilover on.
It's sweet.
It's a nice arm.
It's sweet.
Robotically welded, powder coated, assembled, ready to bolt into the car.
Yep. I dig them.
Here we have our Pro Touring arms. These are made from high-strength, low-alloy steel, so they're going to be a lightweight design, good and strong. We're using low-friction bushings and ball joints on these, or a polymer bushing. So you're going to see less friction with these than you would see with the street control arms for your moving. They are greasable as well, and then we're using a low-friction ball joint. These have a 1-inch longer ball joint stud for improved camber gain. And improved camber gain, it's going to help keep the contact patch flat on the ground when you go into a corner, so that's going to give you more grip.
Most of these old cars, when they were designed, they had positive camber gain in bump.
The top of the tire tips out when you go into a corner.
Yeah, so you think about throwing your car into a corner and it dives to the outside, the top of the tire would go out, and that would decrease your contact patch, but it would also just put your tire on the on the wrong side of you're not pushing into the tire anymore, you're
scrubbing your white walls.
Yeah. So the increased camber gain helps put the control arm in a position where as your wheel goes into bump, you're actually gaining negative camber, which is pushing into the tire and which is keeping your contact patch more uniform.
Here we've got our drag race control arms. These are made from high strength, low alloy steel, so they're lightweight arms, good and strong. We've got an adjustable droop stop so you can tie the front end of the car down if you need to. And for added weight reduction, we've got our aluminum nuts on the low friction ball joints here. So with the low friction bushings and ball joints, it's really going to help free the front end of the car up, help it move easier, allow your shocks and springs to be more effective.
And one of the great things is this adjustable droop stop, because there's a wide range of drag cars out there. There's ladder bar cars with big tires where they're getting all of their traction from violently hitting the tires. And then there's more of your super stock or some of your lower level classes that need
Stock
every
type
bit
rear
about
suspension.
they need every bit of weight transfer they can get. So adjust this up and you get more droop travel if you need more weight transfer, or if you're like one of these ladder bar cars or aggressive 4-link cars, you can move that down so that you can tame down how quickly the front end comes up and how far it comes up. So why would somebody want the drag race arms over the street arms?
That's an excellent question, Bill.
I thought so.
The drag arms have low friction bushings in them, and that's going to help free up the front end, help the car move easier. We've got low friction ball joints. The street arms, we're using polyurethane bushings. They do have a little bit more drag. The maintenance-free ball joints in the street arms have a little bit more drag as well. So if you're hitting the racetrack every weekend and you've got a serious drag car, these would be a better option. If you're going to the track once or twice a year just to see where your car runs and making passes, not really adjusting anything, then the street arms are probably a better option.
Yeah, and I think that's really important to talk about is just because these are labeled as a street arm doesn't mean that you can't go to your car show that's got an autocross and go rip it, or go to your local drag strip with your buddies and see what kind of times you can get. All of these arms will allow you to do whatever you want to do with the car.
Sure.
It's just that they're slightly tailored to different disciplines. So you can go drag racing with the street arm. You can drive the drag race arms on the street just fine.
Plenty strong for that.
So it's really just like which way do you want to tip it, but they're all usable for what we're doing.
Yes.
All right, well, there you have it, everybody. Hopefully that sheds some light on which of our Control Arm 2.0 is right for your build. If you have any questions, you can always feel free to call us on the tech line, send us an email, check out our social media, and go drive it. Hello, everybody. I'm Bill. Who are you?
Made from HS alloys. These are made from HSLA. HSLA? The arms are made from HS alloy. I don't really know what's going on.
Just go with it. You're good.